Today's video is brought to you by Aaron Clary's Bachelor Pad Economics. From dating to what to major in to purchasing a home to starting a business to children and even wife training. Bachelor Pad Economics is the wisdom you wish the father you never had gave you. This video is also brought to you by Comics Elite. For the elite and exclusive variant covers, taking part in live Facebook auctions, poll lists, and signature opportunities, check out comicselite.com. And if you'd like to advertise on this channel and reach millions of eyes a month, email us at worldclassbs@mail.com. Now on to the video.
The following is a world-class Bullshitters exclusive.
Initially, I wanted to talk about the big pushback being seen by fans on account of them not enjoying Game of Thrones' final season, and how the media actively attacks the only thing keeping the entertainment industry alive, the fans. It's ridiculous how we're treated with such disdain, but then something more ridiculous came to my attention, and it's in regard to that fail-in-the-making CW's Batwoman. Sometimes there are things in life that make you say wow, as in, wow, what a great movie. Wow, what a great song. Wow, what a great day. But in the case of Batwoman, it's more like, wow, how did they screw that up? My initial reaction to the trailer can be summed up in 3 letters. WTF. After the initial shock of witnessing new levels of wokeness, or modern identity politics for the layperson, I left the trailer, reassured that my disinterest in all DC television properties was justified, and that's all she wrote. If this was a normal world, but it's not. This is 2019, and most everyone writing for garbage tier websites are crazy, and Batwoman is just the newest battle to be fought in our culture war. CBR, as in crappy broken rhetoric, comic book resources, has the story. Batwoman trailer suffers massive comment bombing on YouTube. The first trailer for Batwoman premiered earlier this week, showing a look at the upcoming CW series. However, the trailer seems to be experiencing comment bombing on YouTube. As of this writing, the video has received over 3.1 million views, but it has over 196,000 dislikes. That's compared to 53,000 likes. Sorting by top comments yields you the following results. And now I'll spare you reading the comments, but you can go to the video and check them out yourself. In addition to these comments, there are many decrying the show's feminist agenda. Comments here are in many ways reminiscent of campaigns against such female-led movies as Captain Marvel and the Ghostbusters reboot. When the show picks up, Gotham City is in despair. In Batman's absence, the city has become overrun by crime. Even as her father Jacob makes a desperate attempt to keep her safe, Kate throws herself into danger when her ex-girlfriend is kidnapped by Alice and the Wonderland Gang. With a little help from Luke Fox, who readjusts Bruce Wayne's Batman suit to fit her, Kate swings into action to save her ex-flame, and maybe Gotham in the process. The Kate Kane iteration of Batwoman first appeared in 2011's Batwoman #1. The character is an out lesbian and was expelled from West Point due to the don't ask, don't tell policy of the United States military that barred openly LGBTQ people from serving. Its repeal was officially enacted in 2011. Written by Caroline Dries, developed by Berlanti Productions and Warner Brothers Television, the series will air Sundays at 8 p.m. this fall, though no premiere date has yet been announced. Let's just hope for the sake of sanity, they never give the show a release date. This article is problematic. Ugh. Sorry. This article is dumb. Starting with that title, there is no comment bombing anywhere to be found. There are a ton of jokes at the show's expense. Fans are ripping apart the cringe-inducing dialogue. They're destroying the show based on its lack of logic. They're picking apart the stupidity of the entire thing, but I don't see comment bombing, or even good old-fashioned trolling. All I see, using the exact same parameters as set forth by this writer, are dissatisfied Bat fans and frustrated geeks seeing the same exact level of identity politics thrust into properties that didn't need it. It's convenient that the writer brought up Ghostbusters 2016. By all accounts, that was the genesis of this crap we're seeing today. Before Ghostbusters, I don't recall such a vicious pushback from idiots behind the camera, like Paul Feig. After that film, Hollywood became emboldened. That's why we had the Last Jedi makers attack us. They saw it was okay with Ghostbusters, so they tried it. Thankfully, Ghostbusters failed. It wasn't a hit, and as of this recording, Ghostbusters 2016, pronouns pal, has been found in its new home, the $5 bin at Walmart. Though I'd argue the trash is more appropriate. What entertainment like Ghostbusters, The Last Jedi, and Batwoman fail to realize is that they're not any good, and making a big old stink about identity politics only does 2 things. Annoys the fans and exposes how hollow of a story you have. It's like the show creators say, we don't have a story, but, women, and fucking like it. Or you're a, insert tired and untrue claim. Even if you hate the agenda behind these things, you always have the excuse that they're never that good or worth your time. It's guaranteed to suck. One of the reasons shows like these are guaranteed to suck is the fact that these writers try too hard. They're ideologues. They are so focused on telling you how to think that they forget to tell, a good story. Trying too hard is dangerous. And according to Dr. Liza Varvalgi, PhD in psychology, Harvard-trained psychotherapist, stress management, professional parenting and relationship expert, mediator, positive thinker, solution-oriented, and a doctor, by the way, there are 7 reasons why trying too hard will backfire. Batwoman is trying too hard to be liked by a certain sect of society, and it's only going to hurt the show and the cause in the long run. Let's take a look. 7 reasons why trying too hard to be liked will backfire. And now I'm just going to read some of these points to you. So point number 1, it makes you look phony. People look for authenticity. They want original people around them, real flesh and bone, with strengths and weaknesses, people that they can relate to. If you try too hard and give the impression of perfection, you probably turn others off, and they still don't like you, despite your efforts. Why not be your original, authentic self with them? So it's painfully obvious that fans can see right through the facade of Batwoman's try-hard trailer. That's where the thumbs down are coming from, not from sexism. The show's attempt to show this ideal vision of perfection is a turnoff. The creators are doing their best to make Batman look ineffectual and elevate Batwoman, but she requires everything Batman worked for or paid for. You know, it's funny. Watching the trailer made me realize a trope that these hacks employ when they want to make something based off a tried and true property, but they want to twist it into something bad. They make the male heroes run away. They did it with Han Solo and Luke Skywalker in Star Wars, and they did it here with Batman. At this point, it's as banal as a bank robbery in a comic book. Common, overused, shows a lack of originality. The next point I want to discuss. It can turn you into a boaster, or even worse, a narcissist. Trying too hard to impress others, you end up being self-centered, revolving around yourself, your achievements, deeds, performances, goals, and effort. And that's simply tiresome. People want to be listened to. They don't want to be in a conversation where the other person is a braggart, or can't even ask them a simple question about themselves, and listen to the answer too. Again, painfully obvious that the writers here don't know how to create a confident character. Batwoman's point about how great she is a direct ripoff of Iron Man's billionaire clip from the Avengers. The only difference is that Tony Stark can back it up. He built the first Iron Man suit in a cave because of his genius, saved the world on multiple occasions, and in the end, well, just watch Endgame. But unlike Iron Man, Batwoman kind of forced a dude into readjusting Batman's suit and claims it as her own achievement. You know, the audience likes to go on the journey with the hero. We want to watch them grow and show why their cockiness is justified. It's just like Captain Marvel all over again. We heard nothing but Brie Larson's claims of being the strongest and blah blah blah. But it's the case of show, not tell in the superhero genre, and telling us without showing only makes us dislike the character. The final point I want to glean from Dr. Varvalgi's article is, it takes away your uniqueness. If you think ahead of time, what are the characteristics or behaviors you must exhibit to be liked socially or professionally? That means that you are making some serious assumptions, which they may or may not be true. The fact that thinking this way prevents you from being the unique you, the person with character, traits, and quirks that makes the distinctive, unique you. You become more uniform and less original, and that's not necessarily a good thing. This is obvious. The character can't exist without Batman or the world created for that character. It's almost like Batwoman was created to hold on to a copyright. Well, that's what a comic pro once told me, but it's a secret. Shh. It's really tiring to see these hacks try and guilt an audience into watching something. You can't get anyone to like your show on the merit of your creativity, so you try to force them into watching by the bend of your political affiliation. I feel similar to a lot of fans. The writing was bad. Cringy is the best way to describe it. The premise, lazy, and the agenda, very direct. Speaking of direct, let me bring something to your attention directly. If you found this video and you rage voted based on the title, whatever that may be, you'll notice that I never once had to make fun of Ruby Rose or belittle lesbians or attack anyone based on their gender or sexual orientation to get my point across. It's said that our friends in the access media can't come to terms with the fact that sometimes people just don't like a TV show or movie for what it is. They think that by promoting a certain viewpoint, it insulates them from criticism. Well, if we're all equal, and I'd say we are, then these shows should be held to the same standard. Sadly, they're not very good. They live and die by their merit, or in the case of the Batwoman trailer, lack thereof. Articles like these are the problem with entertainment journalism these days. They use powerful words to scare fans into submission. No one wants to be a sexist, so I better just be quiet so I'm not accused of being one. No, if you hated this trailer, you're not a piece of shit. You're sane. Bad entertainment sets a dangerous precedent because these creators won't allow any criticism. They only want positive reacts. Thankfully, that's not how the world works. So you're probably wondering why the Twilight guy is possibly in the title card. Well, just when you thought the world of Batman couldn't get any dumber, they, DC and Warner Brothers, go out and cast the Twilight guy as Batman, the same day as this trailer drops. Now you're probably expecting me to rage rant for the next few minutes about masculinity and Batman being so important, etc. And you're right. I'm not happy. I'm usually one to take the wait-and-see approach, but until I'm proven wrong, Robert Pattinson will be referred to as Batglam. I've been hearing the argument, well, look at Heath Ledger. People didn't want him cast, and he's the best ever. While I disagree, Nicholson for life, your logic is sound. I'll see your Ledger and raise you a Jared Leto, an Oscar-winning actor who is getting online praise left and right after the initial casting. But then we got Suicide Squad and everyone shut up. But hey, he sent out used condoms and dead rats. He really got into the role. I'll also raise you an Andrew Garfield. An online crowd was so dissatisfied with Tobey Maguire and Spider-Man 3 that they were ready to eat up anything and made up countless excuses for Andrew Garfield. Then we saw the movies, and they were rebooted in record time. By the way, Garfield was fired before the Marvel-Sony arrangement, so yeah. Very similar parallel to Batfleck. My official standing on the situation is meh. This isn't a good choice, and Twilight sucks. But hey, prove me wrong. Batman is my favorite DC character and number 2 overall, only second to Spider-Man. A good Batman film only does one thing, make me happy. So if I'm wrong, good. I loved Keaton, enjoyed Kilmer, lived through Clooney, believed in Bale, and Batfleck, well, I liked him. Too bad he's getting cut short. Either way, we'll see real soon. But Hollywood, if you're listening, and we know you are, don't screw this up. Get us a great costume, a great script, and fill the world with faithful renditions of characters. Don't give us a Batwoman, where the only thing we remember from the trailer is the bad taste left in our mouths. So that's it for today. What did you guys think about the situation with Batwoman? Obviously, the trailer was cringy and a lot of people dislike it. I mean, you can never just have something be disliked in this political climate, and that's a problem. Some things aren't good. Not everything can be good. Not everything should be praised and treated as if it's good. The Batwoman trailer, it's not good. Now, admittedly, I'm not a Batwoman fan. I'm a Batgirl fan. Barbara Gordon's a lot cooler of a character, but we've seen her in the cartoons. We've seen her in the movies, so I guess they're trying to do something different. Or maybe, you just can't tell a good Batgirl story without Batman somewhere in there, and maybe Robin. I mean, a Batman family TV show would be very interesting. But this is the CW, and we don't do anything interesting. And yes, I know people like Flash, and people like the Green Arrow, I almost said the Green Hornet. Nobody liked that movie. And I've tried to watch them. I've never seen Legends of Tomorrow. But I've tried to watch the DC shows on the CW, and they're just not for me. Why? Is it because I dislike the characters? No, because the shows are just kind of shitty. At least in my opinion. And while I'm not complaining that the show exists, I am complaining about the fact that the media is trying to attack the fans again. It's funny, they say history repeats itself. Well, damn it, it's repeating itself now. They want to bring up Ghostbusters, that's where it all started. Star Wars, Captain Marvel, now Batwoman. The only difference is, Batwoman is a small television production that will probably only last a season, if that. Not all these shows are huge successes. And that just goes to show me that society, the TV viewing audience, they sometimes know what's going on. Now, in regards to the Batman thing, I'm taking the wait-and-see approach, I guess. Like I said, I don't like him in theory as Batman. I've seen him in a few other things, but I'm not a Robert Pattinson fan. And the thing I think I dislike more than Robert Pattinson playing Batman is the fans always using the Heath Ledger approach. That doesn't always work. I gave you 2 examples in the video. I'm sure there are other examples of actors who were cast in roles, people weren't satisfied, and like Taylor Kitsch. I remember people thinking, oh, he's not going to be a good Gambit, and there's never been another Gambit, and that guy's barely been in anything else. Not everybody works. Not everyone's Heath Ledger. He did a great job. Glad he got his Oscar, but that's a one-time thing. You can't attribute that to everybody that's going to play a superhero with controversial casting. So that's where we are. Hopefully, you get a decent Batman flick, and we can get a good Superman flick, and we can maybe get a good crossover movie, maybe a World's Finest. I'm really open to the idea of more Batman and Superman teaming up on film, but it's got to be good. We live in a post-Avengers Endgame world where we've seen Rocket Raccoon and Howard the Duck and some of the craziest elements of the Marvel Universe be elevated and adapted on screen and basically become accepted by society. Yet DC can't get, I don't know, the world's most famous detective done right in about, a decade? Almost a decade. 2012 is when they last got it right. But that's it for today, folks. If you liked this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and share World Class Bullshitters all over social media. If If you're a super fan of this channel and you want to get involved with more, join our Patreon page. $1 helps, but $5 a month, which is only 17 cents a day, gives you access to all kinds of exclusive digital content, bonus podcasts, and gets you involved with the show all the time. But if you can't afford that, well, that's fine. Just get involved with the community, because the Fandom Menace is the fastest growing online fan community, and you know what? I couldn't be happier about that. So if you're looking for somewhere to discuss movies, entertainment, make some friends, get involved with some group of people that are very positive and know their shit, well, then join the Fandom Menace. It's a lot of fun. Maybe one day we'll have cookies. But until that day comes, folks, go out, check out the trailer, cringe for yourself. Most importantly, though, be excellent to each other.